Hi folks, how you doing? Hope you're all having a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the channel. Yes, you sat there watching this, welcome to the channel. It's great to have you aboard, and if you just hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and if you have, thank you very much. I appreciate that, I really do. Anyway, on with today's gameplay. We are in Berlin with the Skoda T56. I really like this tank, and I know I keep saying this, but I do. I really like this tank. It's good. The pen on it isn't great, but when you do pen with the 2 rounds that you get, you do a very good job of taking the opponent's health down very quickly, and I like that. But it's funny, isn't it? Because I was wondering today, it's like, you always know when you're getting older, don't you? You start to forget things. There's like 3 things that always happens when you get older. One is you start to forget things, and the other 2 is I've forgotten what they were. Everyone's a golden oldie. Everyone's a winner. See what I did there? Huh? Did you see what I did? Anyways, I always just run premium ammo on this because with the standard ammo you bounce so much, it's unreal. So I just don't bother with the standard ammo. I always just shoot premium. Loaded premium, that's it. And I generally tend to do quite well in that. Does that make me a gold spamming noob? Probably. Does that bother me? Not really. Does it help me win games? Yes, it makes me a better player. Loading the better player rounds. If you don't understand that yet, then you've still got a few things that you need to learn in this game. So I'm playing with 2 of my buddies, the clan members, TX Tiger and Ackerel, who happens to be in the artillery piece, and Tim, TX Tiger, Timothy, my dear friend, he's the one that always says, I'm gonna go blow shit up. That's where that little diatribe comes from. So thank you, Tim, for inaugurating that into my life. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much. My Elvis impressions aren't very good either, are they? as much as my gameplay. But I do okay in this game, so I can't really grumble. I do okay in this game, but you'll have to watch to the end to see how I got on. So I've decided to come back to the standard full screen gameplay instead of it being ultra wide from my monitor, my ultra wide monitor. I just think it looks better when it's a full screen instead of it being ultra wide. It's okay if you've got an ultra wide monitor, I guess. It probably looks fantastic, but if you haven't, then it probably makes it all look bunched up and hard to see what's going on. But anyway, the last game I played, unfortunately, I'd already recorded it, and I'd recorded it in ultra wide, so there's no way I was able to change it over to the full screen. So you'll have to forgive me, but there won't be any more ultra wide. So the feedback I kind of got from that was it made it a little bit harder to see on the screen. So I apologise profusely. I was trying to be a smart ass, and it just didn't come off that way. I was just trying to improve it, make it better for you guys, and it just didn't work out too well for me. So back to full screen it is. Now I remember the old Berlin map, and I'm sure a lot of you that are watching this can remember it too. It's down on the south of the map itself. It was all kind of open space, waste ground, and I actually preferred it that way than it is currently at the moment, because if you notice, it doesn't get utilised that much now as opposed to how it used to before. Stay there, thank you. And that's a shame. But as I've said in a few of my videos, I think there's so much that wargaming could potentially do to change a lot of the maps and make them more interesting, shall we say, or easier, or not easier, that's not the right word, but better to play, give you a more immersive experience within the game, which is what we're all after, isn't it, I suppose. But I just think they could change something down there on the K line. Yeah, so from K1 through to K0, I think they could do a bit more than that. Now, they only changed this a couple of years back for this, as it is currently now. And I'm not keen on it because it just doesn't get utilised that much, and I always kind of think it's not really that balanced. Do you know what I mean by that? I just don't think it's balanced that well. So it'd be nice to see wargaming perhaps considering doing something with that. That'd be pretty good, I think. I mean, I always thought it was an idea that wouldn't it be good if you had, say, something like the Ardennes, Battle of the Bulge or something like that, where you had to fight for an objective you know, and then before you can move on into the next map, you've got to win this objective, but have it as 2 opposing teams. I don't quite know how it would work, but you know that you could kind of come up with a game plan and say, right, well, we need to attack this particular part of the map in order to try and win this particular element of the map. And I know they do it in, you know, you have this, what's it called, Stronghold or whatever it's called, Frontline, where you can go and you can battle for certain parts of the map. So it's kind of like that is what I'm talking about. But have it based on actual World War II battles that took place, you know, like the Ardennes, all that kind of thing, Carentan. I know Carentan's more foot soldiers, boots on the ground, but I'm sure Wargame can make something up. Heck, they can come up with tanks that never existed. I'm sure they can come up with a map. Some form of map basis that they can use to as a story mode, if you like, but that you can play as teams. And I wish they'd sort of increase the size of the platoons. I know it's been 3 for ages, but these are all on my wish list of things that I would really like to see change within the game to make it more immersive. Because I don't know about you, I mean, you might be one of these players that just kind of plays on your own, and if so, then, you know, it's always good to start playing with people in a platoon and that kind of thing, and a lot of people don't know how to get into a platoon, really. And all it is just, you know, by sending messages and saying, you know, are you looking for any platoon members? I'd be quite happy to give it a try out or whatever, because it's fun. I think it's fun anyway. I know you get penalised as when you do play as a platoon with Wargame's algorithm, but it's all about coming together and having fun, isn't it? Really, at the end of the day, and that's what I really enjoy about this game. One, the World War II kind of element aspect to it, you know, the tank battles, but also that you get to play with your friends and you just, you know, you're shooting the shit and having a laugh and messing around and joking about, and that's what it is for me. I quite enjoy that. What about you? What do you find? What do you get out of this game? Because everybody gets different things, don't they? Everybody's looking for different things within a game. Because this isn't exactly Call of Duty, is it? I know it's kind of based on, you know, you've got to fight opposing enemy teams, but it's not as fast-paced as something like Call of Duty or what's it called, Fortnite. I actually played Fortnite once and I quite enjoyed it. I didn't get very far, but it was just, it's one of these games that kind of takes you away from what you normally do. And I think change is good sometimes, and I think, you know, variety is the spice of life. That's what she said. That's why I'm divorced. Variety, the spice of life. Not good. The grass is not greener. Trust me, the grass is not greener. But, you know, if they can kind of flavour it up a wee bit, because you never know where this game's going to be in 5 to 10 years' time from now. And are we going to still be playing this game in 5 to 10 years' time? I never ever thought I'd be saying I'd be playing this game 8 or 9 years, you know, since I first started playing this game. But I am. And it's evolving all the time. And I think in most parts it's getting better. There are some parts that just suck donkey's balls. They really do. But, you know, where's this artillery? Let me get this artillery. There you are, you. There he is. Bye-bye. That's what you get for shooting at me. So we're down to 1 tank left, which is the Barask. Now, I've got a sneaking suspicion I know where he is. He's there on the map, but not that I would know, because, you know, this isn't a pre-recorded game or anything, you understand. Well, it is. I'm not going to lie to you, it is. So I know what happens. But we're doing okay. We're doing not too bad. And we've got our friend down there that's not really achieving much of where he is. You know, if he was to push forward, then that would be a bit of all right, shall we say. But I don't think he's going to be moving very much. So just watch the chat. Because the chat kind of says it all, really. There's no toxicity in World of Tanks. I know not what you speak of. You speak with forked tongue. I don't know. Perhaps he's thinking, oh, he's on 5 kills. He needs his 6th kill to get Top Gun. So I'll stay out and I'll just let him do it by himself. I'm sure that's what was going through his mind. Now, I know I'm spotted here, and I know it's to the right, because it can't be to the left, because I would have been spotted from the left as I was coming into this little ravine, this little rut. So I know it's to the right, and I'm trying to indicate to the artillery to say, look, put a round in there, because I think that's where he is. Because he's not been spotted now for ages, has he? For some time anyway, and he was last seen up at K2 area. So he's had plenty of chance. The Barasks are quite fast anyway. So I was kind of thinking to myself, well, I know he's got to be in that bush there, just waiting for me to poke up. And all I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to spot him. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to spot him. Look, there you go again. So I know he's definitely to the right now. I know he's definitely there. Now I'm just trying to work out a plan of how I can kind of get him spotted. See if I can dip up here. Now, if he was switched on, if he was able to see me, he could have got a shot at me there, but thankfully he didn't. So I know he's definitely in that bush now. Now it's just a case of trying to wheedle him out of there, or take a shot into there and see if I can hit him. I know artillery's fired in there once, so I don't know whether he stunned him or anything. I've no idea. But I think sometimes you just got to Rambo it, haven't you, and just say, look, I'm going to go for it. I'm Ramboing it. That's it. In for a penny, in for a pound, I'm going to Rambo it. Where can he be? I know he's there. He's got to be there. He's got to be there. There you go. Look at that. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Anyway, on to the end plates. Really decent game for me. Just under 5,000 damage, so I'll take that every day and twice on Sunday. 292,000 credits. Not too bad. Top Gun and all that malarkey. But anyway, guys, I will catch us all in the next one. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you then. Remember, hit that like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out, and I want to grow this channel, and I can only do that with your help. So in all sincerity, thank you very, very much in anticipation, and welcome to the club, to the Dostonians. Take care. Bye-bye.